welcome back to Ascending with Ashley. I'm Ashley. This is a Wake Make It Make. I am going to work on creating a easily accessible first aid kit. So I have a bunch of shit here. I bought this caboodle that I can keep in my front seat because I think it's a good place to keep like different size bandages and shit. That's stuff that came with it. I don't know if you can see that because it's black. But it has like these compartments, it's like a caboodle. So I'm gonna keep this in my car. I do have a pretty solid first aid kit in my car already, on the back of my passenger seat, but I just pulled, so this one is one I put together for community first aid needs. This is an old diaper bag. I love diaper bags, they're so great, but I do have so much shit in here. So I'm just going through everything. I also just went to the ambulance and pulled out a couple things that I had in there for first aid because I think they're going to be more important to keep in my car than keep in the ambulance at this point. I don't think anyone coming to the ambulance is going to be needing anything more than a band-aid. So I had gauze and some of that stretchy shit. I have iodine sticks, and I have some shit that I think I'm going to keep in the car for me and Niall. So I also have a fanny pack. Now I am not planning on doing any frontline work, but I am available to respond first aid. Sand. Foam sand. And you just got all over my bed. That makes me... Go put that back now. You know I don't want that in my bed. I don't want the beach in my bed. Thank you. I'm a mermaid. So these are some things that I've bought the past couple years. Because I've seen that this was going to be progressing. These are bullet bandages, and they are straight from Israel to stop the wound or stop bleeding. Dressing pad, wound, and elastic. So I have two of these. So these would be used for like a gunshot wound, more than likely, or some sort of stabbing wound. Baby daddy sent me this. It is from LA, but this is a bleeding control kit that has a lot of stuff. What are these called? Where you like, you see it in the movies where they take off their belt and tie it so that I don't know. I have two of these, I think. I usually buy two of everything. Maybe I only have one. Oh, no, there are two. For sprains. If there were to be a sprain. Now, obviously, this bigger stuff isn't going to be able to fit in my caboodle, which annoys me. So I'll probably just get another container. But I think all of these things would be good to have in my car at this point in time. In my passenger seat, I have more of these things. I have colorful ones too. Abdominal combine pad. I don't know what this is. I guess maybe I could just keep it in the diaper bag. We have a syringe and more gauze, extra absorbent. First aid. I was a lifeguard when I was in my high school years. Here's an eye wash. Now this won't work for the chemicals that they're using. Like pepper spray and stuff that the police are using, you need milk. I don't buy milk. I don't participate in the dairy industry except cheese and butter and ice cream. Okay, yes I do. I don't drink milk though. I do have some herbal teas and stuff too, like clove, and I've got a bunch of herbs, and I have a little thingy in my car. I also have a warming, like a thing that will boil water, but you use the cigarette thingy for it. So if we needed to boil water on the spot, we could do that too. We have an overdose bag, which is a different kind of emergency, but we have that. I don't know, maybe I'll just keep this stuff in here. We have arrowroot and more herbs. I think the herbs could go somewhere else because they take up a lot of space. Magnesium. Got some protein too. Little bandages and Vaseline, some triple antibiotic, floss. You can use floss for stitches on the spot if you need to. Astringent, bandages. I don't know what else is in here. I think the most important stuff though is like this stuff, bleeding control. I mean, they're going crazy. I've got anti-itch, which again, different kind of emergency. IV block. So yeah, I think I'm gonna take the herbs out and put them in a separate space, and then probably itch relief. 3 different ways to find itch relief. This is a sting kit to suck out poison after getting like bit or stung by something. Did I finish telling you about being a lifeguard? So I've been into first aid for a long time. More bandages. So like these, I'm gonna go ahead and put in the caboodle. And then I have, what's this? Oh, CBD for dogs. And I think that's, I don't know, some sort of gummy. Probably melatonin for Nile. But looking for that CBD for dogs. Anyway, alright, so that's the big part of the diaper bag. Now in this part, I have gauze compress, triangular bandages, more triangular bandages. So this stuff I can move into the more band-aids into the caboodle. I have alcohol and peroxide. I do have more peroxide and alcohol. I think I'm going to get bigger bottles of that. I do have the scissors to remove clothing if necessary. And rubber gloves. I'm going to keep an entire box of rubber gloves in my car though at this point in time. Those are for a tent. Or a canopy. I have a one warming thingy. But I hope this gives you an idea of some of the more rubber gloves. I hope this gives you an idea of some of the things that you can do. I guess that's why I'm sharing. I do have more of that stretchy stuff that they put on your arm after blood. But I have colorful ones. Oh, maybe oh no, I already moved those. Burn relief spray. And lidocaine. So I actually think I'm going to leave this how it is, except for the herbs. I think the only helpful herb might be the clove, which I'll probably keep in there in case someone got like punched and lost a tooth. This would be able to relieve the pain of that in the moment. Other than that, I don't think anything else would be necessary. So I'm gonna go ahead and move stuff around a little bit. I like the caboodle because it's accessible. Oh, we can go through this one and see. I don't know. Oh, shit. See, that's why I want the caboodle, because if I was in an emergency and that happened, that would annoy the fuck out of me. Why is there a shoelace in here? These are the iodine Q-tips. You break them to release the iodine, but iodine is good for cleansing stuff. And then I'll show you this side. I might just put this how it is in the bottom of the caboodle instead of the zipper one. Or maybe just, I don't know. I think maybe it's okay to have a bunch of different ones. But like all of these bandages would be really nice. And they're already pre-wrapped. So the pre-wrapped stuff I think can be moved over. Ibuprofen. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to move this over. Cut it out. Mouth-to-mouth mask for CPR. Tweezers, moleskin, sting relief, and then a bunch of bandages. I think we really need to be taking this shit seriously to the degree in which we are comfortable doing so. So yeah, I'm gonna move shit around right now. I love doing this stuff. It like makes me happy. But I think, you know, if I were to roll up on something, I could just grab this quick. Find what I need. That's the goal. Easily accessible, organized. So yeah, we're gonna move shit around and utilize that, but then I also have, maybe I can keep some of the other stuff in here, like this bleeding control pad kit could go in here, or something like that. Again, I could grab it quickly. Maybe I will keep all of the bleeding control in one spot. and then keep like, you know, basic. So again, these would be for stab wounds or gunshot wounds. The big shit. Yeah, they fit in here, sort of. So I'll do that. And then I think I'm going to get like a little crate or something from the Dollar Tree to keep a big bottle of alcohol, hydrogen peroxide. Maybe in this fanny pack we could put more just immediate response stuff. Like maybe these or something. I don't know. The possibilities are endless. But I think I'm also going to keep shit. The way I was in here, because I like how... the reason I like using diaper bags for this shit is because there's pockets. There's like a ton of pockets in here. Can't see that, I know. But like the alcohol and the hydrogen peroxide, like these pockets are meant for baby bottles. So they're padded. Like this is padded too. So it's just lovely. But yeah, think about the ways that you can. I'm very comfortable with doing first aid. So rubber gloves. These are more CPR kits. Don't ask me where I get my shit. I have my places. I have a bandana in here, again, to help with, I don't know, whatever we need it for. I've got bandanas on my purse too, but not really for first aid. Astringent. I don't know what this would even work for. I gotta look this up and find out what it would be used for. Dissolve contents in water. I don't know. I also, in my own purse, my personal purse, I have some like burn, they're like cloths kind of things. I don't know, they're in individual packaging, but those are specifically for me and Niall. So yeah, I don't know, think about I got a lot of this stuff from Temu. I also just I collect first aid shit. I can keep it real with you. So yeah, again, I'm gonna move the herbs out. I'll keep the clove. And placing everything in these Ziploc bags is also a good idea, because then you can have a place to put the biohazard stuff after you're done. You know, like the gloves and everything you can throw in here. Yes, it's not a biohazard bag per se, but having additional Ziploc bags is important for disposal. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put all of these in these cute little slots over here. So I'm gonna make this make sense for me, but please do what you can. Even if you just get a fanny pack and have it, you know, hanging from your passenger side, or you know, whatever you can do. I also have my megaphone in the car. But yeah, I think sprains, I think big gashes, pepper spray is an important thing. But now they're just using like chemical warfare in general. So if you are choosing to go to protests, cover your skin, cover your face. I would recommend wearing a helmet. I have a helmet in my prep stuff. I have one for me and Niall. Mine has a face shield because I have glasses. And a lot of the like the gas masks and shit don't fit around glasses, so I had to go ahead and get a face shield helmet, and it also makes it so you can't see your face. I have masks for me and Niall, but again, we're not going to be on the front line, but if you know, were to happen, I have this thing too, that I could easily put Niall's ID card in or whatever, and put it around his neck if need be. I do have these, again, this was shit that I had in the ambulance because I was kind of like prepping the ambulance for if we had to go somewhere, but the ambulance isn't running. So I've got headlamps and other shit. What else is in here? Is this a pressure gauge? Oh no, it's a flashlight. It doesn't have a battery in it. Extra batteries right here. So if you're going on that route for prep stuff, I know there's a winter storm coming, so a lot of people are talking about this shit right now, but my thing is that first aid is incredibly important for these moments. I mean, if you're in denial about what's going on, that's on you, but it's pretty obvious that we're in like World War, or at least a civil war. the government is against the citizens. um, and the citizens are like, yeah, let's do it. Give it to me, baby. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start putting these in the caboodle. Do what you can to look out for each other. This isn't a joke. It's also not normal. It's not normalized, this shit. Ooh, I like this. I'll show you in a sec. So this is good because it can keep my band-aids organized by size. I don't know about you, but whenever you're putting a band-aid on it, like, it's so fucking annoying and tedious. Ooh, I like that. So that fits perfect. I think I'm gonna go ahead and put some of the iodine Q-tippies right here. Just fill up my little slots. That's what she said. Okay, have a great day. Get serious about what's happening, please. Okay, bye.